All right. Hey, I want to thank y'all for tapping in the Streetball to Pro with my man Ballaholic. And it is your man, Coach Rich Paul. And we have a special guest today, Aaliyah. AG. We're gonna have to get a nickname. She is hands down. I had to tell y'all, to be honest, y'all know me. I travel all over the world and I get to see a lot of talent. And to live in Kitsap, she's hands down the best eighth grader, and she can play high school now. That's how good she is, to be honest. You know what I mean? But the best eighth grader that I've seen in Kitsap, that we're confident and we're excited to have her to be, honestly, the first player that we're signing, and we're gonna have her team Ballaholic, which is gonna be our elite team. So we got my man Ballaholic on here as well. You know what I mean? This is something that's new that we're gonna be introducing Streetball to Pro. Like we told y'all, we are that platform pretty much just putting everybody on, even from the youth to adults, men and women. And so this is why this is a big occasion for us, because I was out, just watching games, and I had seen you actually last year. I came to the CK Ridgetop game and I saw you. That's when you was in seventh grade, and everybody was talking. I was like, oh man, she can go. And between that time, that's not even quite a year, you know what I mean? I watched you and I said, oh man, she's gotten even better. You know what I mean? I'm all excited because I'm also the high school coach, and I'm like, I need a point guard, you know what I mean? And so, that's going to be the fun part, because I honestly already can tell you're going to be, as a freshman, you're going to be varsity. That's no brainer, you know what I mean? But to actually be able to get to work with you now, and not only get to work with you, but actually to have you a part of the Admiral family, is real dope. So, I'm gonna stop talking. I like to talk. So to introduce yourself, and then we're gonna throw some questions, and you know what I mean, we're gonna start getting in. So who are you, Aaliyah? Talk to us.
I'm Aaliyah Gaulden. I go to CK. A lot of my trainings came from my dad, and without my dad, I wouldn't be able to be where I'm at. And I just came from Bremerton, just constantly training. I go to Vegas all the time and train with my family, but a lot of my training came from my dad.
And that's why your dad is a coach, a part of the. I can't take one without the other. You know what I mean? I'm like, I told him, I said, hey, I have to give you salute, because for you to be the best player, somebody had to train you. You know what I mean? And I knew it was your dad. So I was like, hey, I need you to come on and be a part of our coaching staff as well. So I call it a dynamic duo. So I have you both. Both of y'all are part of the Admiral family. You know what I mean? And so that is a testament. You are really amazing. So I'm gonna let Ballaholic talk to you, because I love girls hoops. You know what I mean? I came in my Bremerton 12 years ago. I've had the Admiral. So way back then, I started as a girls coach, and that was my heart, was to give you all a platform just like the guys. We got all the platforms, we got the resources, everything. But for young ladies, y'all don't have the same love and opportunity. And so that was one of the things that I wanted to fight for. And so to see and be in a place that I am now, I'm like, yo, I got one of the best hoopers in the area. You know what I mean? Not just in the area. I think really one of the best hoopers in the state. I'm just saying, let me start talking. You know what I mean?
Nah, you keep going, coach. You're saying everything right, because, like you said, it's nowadays I think the sports for girls, especially with basketball, is starting to pop. You look at all the college players now, even the high school players, but you look at all the college players. You got I think she's a freshman at USC. I've seen her play. You got the girl from Iowa. There's so many different colleges. I don't even know their names, but I know them just by, you know what I'm saying? just watching them play. And I just think that someone for you, Aaliyah, you can fit that mold. It's like Coach Ashley's talked so much about you, you know what I mean? And it's like how a lot of other girls are, how these star basketball players are. And it's motivating. I have a question for you. So, is this your first interview? Have you done a lot of interviews before, or is this like your first interview?
This is my first interview.
The first interview? Okay, good. See? So now just think about more interviews to come. The better you get, the more people are going to want to know how, like Coach asks you, like, how did you get better? Who did you train with? And you're going to say, I trained with my dad. And people are going to want to know more interesting things about you. Like, how did this young girl get this good? What is her mindset? What does she want to do with her talent? What does she want to do with her skill set? What is she motivated by? What is her purpose? And I think the fact that you already know that you have that is so awesome. Do you have any favorite like high school players, college players, WNBA players, just for the women, not the men, just for any girls or women?
My favorite player is Juju from USC.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, okay. That's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, yeah. See, my point exactly. See, and you see, and she's really nice with the ball, right? You see her skill set and everything. Okay, is that someone who you want to be like, or you want to probably be better than?
I want to be better than her.
Better than her? Okay, yeah, that's a great answer. Okay, good. So now you understand your mindset, you understand what you need to do and what you need to work on, and that's totally awesome. Do you train with your dad a lot, or do you train like kind of with your friends?
I train with my dad a lot more than my friends.
A lot more? Okay, good. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see you play. I can't wait to see you play. It's definitely nice to meet you, though. I got a lot more questions, but I don't want to keep throwing them at you because you're gonna have to get used to this. When after, not even during games, maybe after practice, you can get caught off guard with an interview, or even when you get to high school, it's going to be more and more questions. You might have that one game where it's awesome. Oh yeah, I'm ready to ask questions. Then that one game where it's really bad and you don't want to answer questions. And the reporters are coming at you just with questions and questions and questions. So many questions, but short questions like, how did you play today? Well, how did you think you played the last game to this game? Well, how did you team
that now, right? She just actually played in the tournament.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
How did you think you played today, ma'am? How was the game? How did you think you did?
I think I did good. I definitely could have protected myself more and take my shots wisely.
Okay.
And could have used my teammates a lot more.
I like it. No, I'm excited too, right? Because you and we're going to get in the lab. You know what I mean? That's one thing that, just like your dad, I feel like I specialize in development. And I think with him part of the team, because he's also coaching at CK, you know what I mean? We're about to change the whole culture out here when it comes to basketball. So I'm excited about that. And so for me to actually get in the gym with you and do some work is going to be fun as well. So one of the things, so what are some of the things you want to improve?
My finishing and my defense.
Your finishing and who?
Defense.
Defense? Okay. Yeah. I one of the things too that I was looking at yesterday, because I see you can shoot, you got you got range, but I'm gonna work on a couple of 1-2 pull-ups, find that spot because you're quick. And you get there, you know what I mean? And that'll help protect you from getting hurt because I see you go to the hole, you go hard. You know what I mean? That's one thing I love about you. I saw you diving on the ground yesterday after the ball and, you know what I mean, chasing people down. You made a turnover and you didn't stop. You turn and get back on defense. These are qualities when you start talking about who you want to be the best, that's what it takes. You know what I mean? So I see you have all the makings of being not only just the best female hooper, period. You know what I mean? To come out of Kitsap. You know what I mean? You got to think we have Marvin Williams, Maya Davis. Those are two of the big names on the guys' side. Ashley Payne that played overseas. And I know there's some more, but I'm excited to AG. I got to get a nickname for you. Right now, I'm going to call you AG. You know what I mean? We're going to have the face, and right now you are the face of Team Ballaholic that's coming in the spring. And so Ballaholic don't even know this. So I'm going to tell y'all a secret that nobody knows yet. I just got off the phone earlier with the NBL. The NBL is the Maximum Basketball League. That's a minor league that we partner with, and they have like over 40 teams. And so in the spring, they're actually coming out with a youth league. And so that means we're going to be in this youth league and traveling. So it's a different, not just the AAU circuit, but it's a whole different circuit that you're going to get a chance to play against a lot of teams and get additional exposure. So it's things like that that we're going to be doing the research and helping the world know who you are. So by the time you get into high school, they're going to be all in your face saying, AG, we want to talk to you, You know what I mean?
Right.
IL deals, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what we're on. And I love it. You're so humble. You're so quiet. You know what I mean? You just
Those are the best athletes, the ones that are humble and quiet. Those are the sleepers. Those are the ones that you always like, man, like, why quiet? Why is so quiet? Do you see him play? And it's a totally different story. So no, that's totally awesome. Another question, Leah, do you study or watch Juju? Like, do you study her highlights or anything? Do you watch her games?
Yes, I do. I definitely try to like take her game, make it into like my game.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, no, because quiet is kept. Like Coach is saying, he was going to, when you get in the lab, I think one of the best things to work on is your mid-range, your pull-up game. Because a lot of times when we get to the basket, we can get to the basket, but then there's help. Or we get to the basket, and then there's a girl or a boy who's really taller than us, we can't go anywhere. Or it might be, one day that shot from the three-point line might not be on. What else can we do? We can play defensive rebound and, all that, but what else can we do offensively? You know what I mean? And I think the mid-range is one of the most effective shots that you can honestly get off besides a three-pointer and, going to the basket. So definitely work on your mid-range game, get in the lab for sure, stay with your dad. And I like the fact that you did say defense as well, too, because a lot of the times nowadays with our youth, we don't teach that enough. So again, just to hear that coming for you, defense is definitely key. And honestly, that's going to make your offense even better, is playing good defense. Now you're really confident. Like, I just got a stop, 2 stops in a row. Oh yeah, I'm definitely, let me go down here, 1, 2 and pull up or something. You know what I mean? And that's totally awesome, because the way we see the game nowadays is played, the 100% that kids get out of it is 80% offense and 20% defense. Because they see not even what LeBron does, they see what Steph does. They see what Kyrie does. And I think now it's not even getting boring to watch them, but it's locked in their mind so much now. Because now, honestly, I don't see Kyrie doing the stuff that he normally does because he's on a different team. And I think that's something that we need to spread out. Like, Kyrie was doing all of the stuff he does it, but now he's on a team with another superstar who can score better than him. So now he has to play a role. And all of that, what I just said, is what we want to share and give out, and hopefully, to players like you, and you can share that with your teammates. Like, hey, girls, we need to do this, girls, okay? Let's swing the ball, okay? Everyone can score. We all need to play our roles. We all need to, play together. We need to be on the team. There's no I in team, but there's me in team. I get all of that, but we're trying to win. You know what I mean? And that's the type of player that, that's what we're looking for. And like I said, Coach Ashley talked so much about you. I think that's the type of player that you are, just from what Coach Ashley has talked about you. And again, I'm excited to see you play. I'm excited to meet your dad, and definitely want to meet your dad because, of course, like you said, if it wasn't for your dad, you wouldn't be where you are today. So I know that your dad has got a very high IQ or have played basketball somewhere. If he's a coach, especially working with Coach Ashley, I know your dad is pretty cool too. So I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to see you play, and I'm ready to get it rolling. Let's get the Ballaholic thing rolling.
I know your dad. Where your dad at? Hey, put your dad on. Come on, sir. There we go.
There you go. What's going on with you, man?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There you go. It's crazy, Ballaholic. You got to think, I told you, I started this 12 years ago, right? So that's how long I've known him, honestly. I knew him when he was younger. You know what I mean? His dad and his uncle, all of them helped me get this thing started. You know what I mean?
I met you when I was just a teenager.
Yeah.
I was still in high school. I wasn't even coaching. She wasn't even a thought yet. I wasn't even coaching yet.
full circle come back around, and here it is. You know what I mean? My man has honestly the best. I put my money on her. Hey, anybody at Kids app, you know what I mean?
All right, okay, all right, all right.
You've done an amazing job. You know what I mean? And you know the fact that he loves the game, and that's why we wanted you to be a part of what we're doing, because you also have a desire. And I want to open it up to you because you have a heart. You know what I mean? In changing the game. And so we want to hear from you. You know what I mean? Especially looking at your daughter.
Man, it's been first off, it's been a blessing. Like really, this journey it's been different. She's always told me like, Dad, I want to play basketball. Dad, I want to play basketball. Like that's like we fight about her playing other sports because all she wants to do is play basketball, right? And she's pushing like, Dad, I want to get in and do this. Princess, I hear you, but it's all going to take time. You don't want to get burnt out. We got to spread this thing out. We got to make sure that we're doing this thing right, because I don't want you to get burnt out. Right. I don't want you to get done with high school and be like, I'm done.
Yep.
You know, if you want to keep going, we gotta create a formula that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated, and that keeps you, ready to go. So that's what, I mean. That's the journey. Just we talk a lot. She drew up a play yesterday. Last night she drew up a play.
Really?
Yeah. After the game, we was at her house, at her mom's house, and she literally was like, Dad, I gotta play. And drew it up. I was like, all right, we'll put that in. I coach her in Pee Wees. And in Pee Wees, she plays on the boys team.
Boys team, yes.
And she'll lead the boys team in steals and assists. Right. And then if I need to go off for points, if there's a game, I'm like, hey, I need you to take over. She's like, okay. And she just goes out and takes over. Right. So she's learning like the different dynamics of the game, right? I'm trying to teach her, and everything in my mind is a step. Right. As you can see, I got my little man behind me. Right. So, like every process I try to teach both the kids is a step. We got to take a step. We don't want to go too hard right away, because by the time you get to where you need to be, maybe I'm done.
Right. Hey, that's a good point, man. That's a first off, nice to meet you, man. Definitely nice to meet you. For sure. But you're right though, man. Normally, when girls, and I've seen it happen too, man. They're skilled, they're talented, and they get to high school. Right after high school, it's like, I don't even want to go to college. I'm done. I've seen that happen so many different times with a lot of different young girls who are so good at playing basketball. It's like, what happened? Why you want to stop playing? I don't know. I'm just tired. Whether the case may be, and you can see it from when they playing. Sometimes they playing too much or so much, or a lot of different off the court stuff. Man, they just get burnt out, man. And a lot of times, girls don't have the. I don't want to say the motivation. They don't have the
drive.
Man, the drive, but not only the drive, but they don't have anyone to look up to as far as the boys do. You know what I mean? Like a lot of boys got a lot of mentors, but not so much of the girls. So and I think that's what it be sometimes too. But nah, you're right. Like you said, girls like you're doing it right, man. They need a path. They need a system where they can prolong it to where it lasts and they still in it. Because now, especially nowadays with these NIL contracts, if I, you know what I mean?
I got 2 retirement plans, man. I got 2 of them. We're going to try to work this thing the right way and make sure they're good. Because I know I'm going to be good.
Definitely going to be good, my man.
Man.
No, I really do appreciate you guys. Ashley, full circle. Like we talked about, going back and then coming around now. Us being on the same staff. My biggest goal now, like I told Coach Ashley, was I don't want to coach her no more. She's heard my voice. She's heard my voice for so long that now I just got to be the encouragement. And when it is a tweak, it's a positive tweak. It's not me coaching. That's where. The goal, that's where you guys come in. I want to be there. Yeah, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna do stuff. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna laugh. But when it comes to game time, she has to hear a different. She hears me. She's gonna hear me. If I say something, she's gonna hear me. But she needs to get used to a different voice, right? And this is a great opportunity, and I appreciate what you guys are doing. Like really, real talk. I appreciate what you guys are doing and what you guys are building. And we talked about it yesterday, and She says she was excited. She says she's excited. And when I know she's excited is when she starts drawing up plays. When she starts drawing up plays, that's how I know she's really excited. Because now her brain is working. Okay, how can I?
Yeah.
And it's not plays for her. It's plays to get her teammates open. And if she needs to, then she'll do her thing. But she's always thinking about her teammates.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Tell her, don't stop writing the play. You keep writing the plays up. Do not stop. Whenever you think you need to write a play, when you upset, whatever, go ahead and draw the play out. Yep. And hold on to it. Make sure you write. Hold on to it. Yep.
Like you said, and I'm excited, and thank you, what I mean, for joining us and allowing your daughter to be a part, us allowing to be a part of her life. You know what I mean? It's bigger than basketball. Yes, basketball is the tool, but, we look at it as a whole too, as mentoring and things like that. And so thank you for joining us, because my main thing was I want to change the culture. We was talking about this the other day. You know what I mean? We living out here in Kitsap, it's not the same love, ain't the same respect. It ain't the same a lot of things, resources. But do we have talent? Yes, we got a lot of talent. You know what I mean? And so that's one of the things we wanted to be able to change with this. And that's what I'm grateful for Ballaholic, us being able to team up and join forces and bring those resources that we may bring it to our community. You know what I mean? And now we're saying, hey, we got this platform, and look at the kids and the coaches that we have and the things that's in the small town Bremerton, when everything in Washington is always Seattle and Tacoma.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's Bremerton.
Bremerton. What they got three? We got three athletes that everybody knows about, and they're all male. Brian Andrews, Maya Davis, Marvin Williams.
That's it.
that's the big names. After that, what do you have? And what do we? And then how do we cultivate that? Yes, they were outliers, but like you said, there's a lot of talent. Marvin Williams, yeah, he dominated. However, he had players with him. He had some ballers with him.
Yes. He did.
Some big, I remember hearing about them growing up. I remember hearing about Marvin and Maya growing up. And like you said, we got to get the resources and put it back into this community. These kids deserve it. These kids deserve it. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let my kids not have it.
Right.
So, yeah.
The beauty of being able to do this and to be in this place now, because like I said, started over a decade ago with this. For some people, it was like, okay, it sounds great, but how far is it going to go, or what's going to happen? And now here, still relevant over a decade later. You know what I mean? And now we're honestly not just the biggest thing in Kitsap, but in the state. When we start Seattle and Tacoma, whenever we travel places, they call us Seattle because we have so much success. The Kitsap Admirals is in all kind of different countries. We're giving people opportunities in the big cities. You know what I mean? And so that's the blessing that we have in our own little town, that we now can say, here, let's showcase our kids. Let's pour into our kids, you know what I mean, in our community, and then put them on this platform and let us compete. We can compete at the highest level. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of your daughter, where I'm just sitting here like I told you, I seen her. Yes, I've heard about her, and I watched her against CK, and what I mean, I'm a thinker. I'm always scouting. So I'm looking at her. I'm like, ooh, and we was on the road to state last year when I saw her. So I'm sitting here like, oh man, ooh, we got her coming up, and so that's my thing too. Now we have you on the staff. You're a C team, and look at what you blessed. You know what I mean? You helped develop your daughter to be the best 8th grader in the area. So now our coaching staff has an upgrade, you know what I mean? And we had a great coaching staff last year, and they're still a part of it in some kind of form or fashion. So that's the beauty of it. It's not like they went away, but we just added to what we had last year, you know what I mean? And we have, like, your daughter's coming next year. So she's still a year out, you know what I mean? She'll be in high school. Yeah. So that's the beauty now, being able to take these kids and put them on Team Ballaholic. That's our elite team. And then we're still going to have the Kitsap Admirals developmental system. So for those who are watching, we're going to keep the same 2 system, but now we're saying, hey, Ballaholic, everybody knows he's a legend. And now he has a team that is traveling, that's representing his brand and his name, who's also a part of the Admirals. So that's how far we came. We came from a place where just out of Bremerton, that the face, and my partner is a Ballaholic who's a legend. And I got my own little, I guess, credentials because of the fact that I'm able to travel all over the world and be that person to connect a lot of things and create a platform.
You the ambassador. That's your nickname, the ambassador, bro.
The ambassador, right? Oh, I like
You
that
are
one.
the ambassador, bro.
That, hey, Coach Ashley, I think you should change it. Hey, no offense, no offense to the, hey, no offense to the Rich Paul.
I can change the Rich Paul, the ambassador. You get
The
it?
ambassador, bro. You are the ambassador.
Yeah, we got. Hey, we know.
This man, we had a conversation. Look, you keep saying the other day. I'm gonna tell you how quick this process was. Yesterday, yesterday, Coach Ashley sat and watched Aaliyah in 2 games, and we didn't sit next to each other, but we sat around each other. So he's hearing me what I'm saying, and he's watching what she's doing, and then he's like, "Hey, spring, summer, let's do it." I'm like, "Dude, that's a no-brainer. You are the assistant head coach at the high school. I want her to work with you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We want state championships in Kitsap County. Let's go get them. That makes sense." In a day, we was tagged in Instagram, we was tagged on Facebook, it was on TikTok, we sitting here on live in a day. Not even 24 hours. 24 hours. The ambassador went to work.
Oh, the ambassador. Yep.
The ambassador went to work in 24 hours.
Ambassador. Hey, Nick, for real, no offense to Coach Rich Paul, but the ambassador sound pretty legit for you, though, Coach. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, I'm gonna change him. Rich Paul, I'm the ambassador is now the new man. You know what I mean? It's funny, you think about it. If we go back and we talk about Ballaholic experience. I met Ballaholic in Tijuana. You know what I mean? And he was at a showcase. I was at a showcase. We weren't saying, okay, how is he gonna get a job? Folks was leaving. It was just all kind of stuff that was happening, right? But the same thing, I was like, yo, God laid on my heart, we're gonna be the next and one. Well, Streetball to Pro is a combination. Right. This is the difference. We're a combination of and one and Ball is Life. You know what I mean? We do content and Streetball, and we have the pros, so we're our own platform. You know what I mean? Right. And so where I was like, hey, let me tell you about this vision I have. And he was like, yo, that lines up with what I wanted to do or what I've been thinking about. And I said, hey, we're going to UK in like 3 weeks. And it's one of those, he don't know me. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, in his own experience, I've heard this before. And what happened 3 weeks later?
Man, hey, it's crazy. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Because when we hooked up, he called me a few days later. Was like, "Yo, this gonna happen fast, man." And I'm like, "Man, this ain't gonna happen fast, man. It's not gonna happen because I'd have been through so much." Right. I was like, it's not gonna happen the way it's not gonna happen. So we, like, literally 2 weeks later, we're in London, and then we chilling at the Airbnb, and he goes, "Man, Ballaholic, has it been a month since I've known you?" And I'm like. And I'm looking, I'm not even thinking about that. I look at the calendar like, nah, it ain't even been a month. It would have been a month 2 days later. We was there for like a whole week. So it would have been a month 2 days later while we're out there, had I known him. But less than that's like, damn, man. Like I'm out here in London, man, not even a month I've known this dude. And I'm already in London. And I got people out there screaming my damn name, man. I had someone from up north. We had a parent. A lady and her 2 kids drove down, and I'll never forget this, like a couple of hours just to meet me, man, because they heard I was coming. And I didn't even know I had fans in London. Like I got fans, in the state, maybe in like China and stuff, but in London I didn't know. So it felt good. That was crazy, man. I did not know.
And that's awesome because now look what you get to do, your platform, right? Now you get to take your experience and your thinking, you're sharing it, man, and that's. To me, that's huge. Like to have people that want to share that experience.
Yeah,
I could work my butt off all I want to try to get them what they need, but when you got the ambassador that's introducing you to the Ballaholic, right? And you're doing that, but you guys already have the platform, and you're welcoming us in. You can't say much about that. That's appreciation. You know what I'm saying? And all I'm going to do is try to just soak up all the knowledge. Y'all going to spit game, and I'm going to listen. I'm listening to everything you guys are going to say because I know there's going to be nuggets. It may not all be nuggets, but if you pay attention to some key stuff, you're going to pick up some nuggets. And I really do really do appreciate you guys, and really do appreciate you, Ashley, coming and seeing Aaliyah and putting your stamp on her to take this thing to the next level. Because now I don't have to worry about the ambassador part. I could just continue to coach.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
I don't have to worry about that. I just coach. I appreciate it.
That, honestly, like for real, like for me, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? And I thank you both. I don't think people understand sort of the weight. You know what I mean? It is to carry such. It's not a burden at all. You know what I mean? It's a situation when you think about it, I put the whole town on my back. You know what I mean? And I want to make sure that my town and everybody get love, get the respect, get an opportunity. And so when you start going all over the world, and the fact that it's not like I said, we're a nonprofit. So it's not like I got a lot of folks throwing money. You know what I mean? A lot of this come out of my own pocket. You know what I mean? To be in this place where, you know what I mean, to like folks don't understand, just to hear a thank you, that helps. You know what I mean? And just appreciate it, and just the whole. That's what I love about this community. Just coming around and showing me love, and just being, holding me down. You know what I mean? And that's like a humbling place, and a love that I have for this community, and why I go so hard. You know what I mean? I'm like, I want to make sure, like, in a sense, leave a legacy. When I'm gone, I want the Admirals and this brand to continue to be supporting the community and these kids and doing whatever it can to help us, you know what I mean, in any kind of form or fashion. So that's the dope part of why I go so hard at every level. You know, they say, you never know where I'm going to be at. You know what I mean? I'm in the middle school, I'm in high school, then I'm somewhere, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just constantly just wanting to network and build relationships. You know what I mean? So
we're gonna have to get this man. We're gonna have to get this man a helicopter with a PJ so he could get to everywhere he gotta go, because he be doing so much. You know what I'm saying? And then
man, I tell him all the time.
All money in, no money out. Right? We gotta get this. We need to find us a couple of pilots, and get. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, hey, I be telling him all the time, I cannot keep up with him. Say, Coach, you work so much, man. I can't keep up with you, man.
For real.
You stay working. Gosh.
Got to be on it. Like you say, we all eat, you know what I mean? We all work. Right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can't eat if you ain't working. So I'm always trying, you know, making it happen. And I think that's one of the things too, is if you want to say, you got to prove yourself. You know what I mean? Respect is not just given. You know what I mean? It's earned. So it's integrity. There's a lot of things that I try to stand for and continue to stand for. So when I go into a room, or if I speak on something, the weight is different. You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I mean, and you look at my resume, I can sit there and say, yeah, me and Ballaholic, we laugh all the time about it, where we say, hey, you can Google me. You know what I mean? And folks actually Google, they do the research, and they're like, yo, you're legit. You know what I mean? I'm like, yes, I've won at school, overseas, against CBA, NBA. You know what I mean? I have been that Kids Have Admirals. That's what it is. That team have beat players who have played at every level all over the world. You know what I mean? In some kind of form or fashion. And so now, and that's like the pride of the town. So our kids can sit there and be like, yo, you know what I mean? Out of our little small town, you know what I mean? And that's what your daughter get to represent. Team Ballaholic, Kids Have Admirals, a whole community, you know what I mean? And so the face of women's basketball, she's going to be a major piece. And that's the beauty of it that I'm excited about, is because we have already turned CK around. You know what I mean? CK went to playoffs, and we finished 19th in the state, and I'm determined to go back, you know what I mean, to the playoffs. And by the time she get up there, we're trying to bring home a state title, you know what I mean? So it's, you know, we got some goals, but I believe that we have the right people. And that's another part, by having you on board and being able to work, you know, together. And like I said, you're pouring into us as we're pouring into you. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Once you stop learning, you might want to retire. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's one of my things, always learning. And that's what I'm excited. Once again, I look at your child. Your children is an example of you. You know what I mean? And like I said, her demeanor, her attitude. When you start talking about a professional, and that's what we talk about all the time, she's an example. You know what I mean? If somebody, I'm like, yep, I ever put my name on it, my brand, go out. You know what I mean? Because how she carries herself on and off the court. You know what I mean? So once again, salutes you, dad first, and then coach. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I'm excited to have you a part of what we have going on, because it's only going to help us as a whole grow to higher levels. You know what I mean? So I have to give you your kudos. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Right.
But I mean, the question is, like, really, is she ready for it? Is that what you want to do? Is that what we're doing?
What you want to do?
Going? Is that what we're going?
Okay. I mean, you are our first player we interviewing, so I mean, no pressure. If it's pressure, you want the pressure. You want the pressure so you can show how you can handle it. Whether it be an interview, whether it be on the basketball court, you playing at another gym, at a rival gym, so probably they yelling overrated or something. You want that pressure. You want it because so you can show how you can handle that type of pressure. Yeah, there you go.
So your first assignment, AG, is we need a nickname. So I'm gonna teach you business too, right? So what happens at this level, a lot of players don't understand the business of basketball, and they just want to be a player. And so one of the things being with us, we're gonna teach you and mentor you into the business as well. So when you start talking about NIL, that's what we're talking about. What is your brand? Who are you? So I want you to start thinking about that, because you will get an NIL. That's you're gonna get that. And we got all the people around you and in place, and I like our chances of you getting it. So I want you to think of a brand. You know what I mean? Like Ballaholic, he has a logo and a brand. Ballaholic, that's him. That's his name. That's not his real name, but that's his brand. Is Ballaholic. The Kids Have Admirals. That was, in a sense, now I'm the ambassador. So the ambassador is going to be my nickname and my brand that goes with the Kids Have Admirals. You know what I mean? And so I want you to think of Aaliyah, AG. What is your nickname? What are they going to be calling and chanting on the sideline? You know what I mean? What logo you want to have on your merchandise? You know what I mean? So I want you to think like that, because we're going to create a brand where we're going to have your own little Admirals, AG brand clothing and stuff like that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna go that far with you. You know what I mean?
And just think about it this way: like the sweater you have on now, think about like your logo being on your sleeve or something like that. Because that's a pretty pink color. So imagine like having a bright yellow on your sleeve, or like a bright purple on there. One of your friends or another parent who knows you're a good player are gonna, oh, hey, Aaliyah, is that your clothing line? Do you have any more clothing gear like that? Can we get some? And then next thing you know, people in the stands are wearing it, and then you never know what happens after that, right? We never know. So, but that's also, yeah, right. That's also, like you said, that's like kind of like you really not like in business, but that's the business side naturally you're going to be doing. Just by wearing it with your name on it and you're a good player, they're going to see it. And that's already business. Like, oh, Leah, is that your shirt? Can we talk to your dad? Does your dad have some for sale? And you go, well, yeah, he has some. He makes some. Or whoever makes some. Yeah, you can get them on there. You're already doing business without even talking, like using big words or whatever. So that'll be another fun thing for you. You know what I mean? So yeah, think about that. I mean, of course, you have a lot of time. You're 8th grader. You have a lot of time, but like Coach Ashley said, just something for you to think about. It'll help you out. And then, like I always tell kids too, a lot of stuff that they do off the court is going to help their brain open up more. It's going to help them with their basketball game. Like we give back to the community, it helps us with other stuff. So once you start giving back to people, now you got your friends who are wanting to support you, and you might have that little girl who look up to you, or that little boy who might look up to you, or the other parents who might think you're awesome. It's going to help you even better. Now it's like, you know what, you're not even going to force yourself to play good. You're naturally going to play good because you're happy. Now basketball is fun now. Now you're starting to understand basketball just by doing other stuff besides playing. And that's one of the things that I love about basketball. And that's so awesome. And like I said, I see it, I can hear it. And that's what we're going to push forward towards you. Okay. Because like I said, you're our first girl we're interviewing. We have a professional girl, but I think you're our first youth girl that we're going to have on our team. So,
look at that. You are making history already, AG. You are the first young lady that we have had on our podcast. You're the first player that is going to be signed to Team Ballaholic. You know what I mean? Look at you. You are You are that lady already. And you got to think, ninth grade is right around the corner. The NIL
Mhm.
means NIL deals are right around the corner. You know what I mean? They're coming for you. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, ooh. Because I'm telling you, bro, I watched her with the left hand yesterday. And she laid it up and she got her cooler run like, this is easy. I watch you. I'm watching you hoop. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right. Are you left-handed?
Mm-mm.
Are you right-handed? Okay, all right, okay,
Yes. No,
all
that's
right.
I'm looking at all these details when we talk about the eighth grade. And she ain't crying, she ain't complaining. You know how a lot of coach looking for fouls, this and that.
Right.
She just get up. Just how quiet she is right there. This is how she is. Look over to her dad give her some kind of sign, and she'd be like, "Yep, let's go." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh,
Right.
she's a machine." You know what I mean? So one thing we are gonna have to do, we're gonna have to start talking because you got babies. I can't just, people can't be like, "Hey, AG, what you want to do?" And you just smile. They're gonna be like, "We need answers. We need you to talk."
Hey, but nothing's wrong with that because you have a lot of college players, even some WNBA players and NBA players who give short answers, and that's fine. Sometimes we get it. That's fine because a lot of us aren't socially, speakative like that. We socially aren't like that. Some of us aren't even social people. We kind of just play the game. Like you see how Kawhi Leonard is, right? You see how he is. He barely says anything, right? He barely laughs, smiles. So it's okay. But the fact that you are the type of player that you are, the player that you're going to be, like I said, get ready for those questions. It's going to be that one question where you're going to be forced to answer like multiple sentences. Like, like I said, what was the difference between this game as an opposed to the game you just played, as an opposed to the next game you're going to play against a better team in your conference? How are you going to answer that? And those are the questions that are going to be coming to players like you. So Coach Ashley's right. Get ready, get used to talking, just kind of get used to just hopping in the conversation because it's going to be about you. And people are going to want to know your mindset. Like I said, they're going to want to know your mindset, your skill set. And it's going to, even more, they're going to get detailed. Like, how do you train? What do you eat? What do you like pre-stretch? Does your dad give you like a pre-workout drill, or you do push-ups? Like, what do you do? How are you so good? So just be ready for that. You know what I mean? And like you said, you're humble. I see. Like I said, we're kind of like, we're not pumping you up, but we're motivating you. I see you like kind of like not really smiling and kind of chill. I like that. That's cool. Yeah. That I like because I sometimes I hate talking about myself, but
Don't worry,
it's crazy.
I talk for you. I'm the
Yeah.
ambassador. I talk for everybody. I'm that guy. I'm his agent, so I do a lot of talking for Ballaholic. I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking for AG. So all my top players, that's why I guess my nickname now, that's why I was called Rich Paul, but now I'm the ambassador because
Yeah, you gotta change that.
I'm constantly looking and I'm trying to figure out how to get y'all on to the next level. That's what I do. So
right.
I'll be putting you in places where they're gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? We want to do an interview. We want to do this. We want to do that. And they're going to say, AG. And you're going to smile at them and they're going to say, hey. Like this, right? See, you're just smiling. I love it. I'm excited. Like, real talk, I'm excited to have you. I'm excited for you and I to get in the gym. You know what I mean? I want to, by March, I mean, I'm confident now you're ready to go. But by the time we really get to traveling Team Ballaholic and we put the rest of the pieces around you, because there's a couple more I saw yesterday that I'm looking at that I'll be talking to. I think they played with you. The one girl that played against you, I think it's 25 or 35, something like that. She was coming down behind the back. I said, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? I said, oh yeah, we put them two together. I'm already thinking. I'm already putting players together for you. We're going to get you the right squad. And then that way, like you said, to be able to get, because that's the thing. Once you get the right pieces around you, it's easier for you to get them into the game. You know what I mean? You're the only person, or it's very few that is around you. You have to carry the load by yourself. So that's a different ballgame. In which that's what I was impressed is the fact that you saw what was going on, what was coming in, And I had told my wife the other day, I said, you know what? I said, she can win this game all by herself. And
Mhm.
you stepped up. It was one of those, I need to go. You lay up, jump. I said, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? She said, I don't know. You're a killer. I just mad respect. You know what I mean? So AD, you my girl. Appreciate it, for taking the time to smile because it wasn't a whole lot of talking from you today, but we're gonna do more interviews so we can get in. You gotta let the folks know how they can follow you. Do you have Instagram? Do you have Facebook? What's your tag?
I have Instagram. I have to look what it is. I don't know how my
No, it's okay. Get it. You know what I mean? This is what we here. We're gonna help you out with all of that. You know what I mean? Because folks is going to start following.
You gonna read basketball?
I can't get back into that.
Okay.
My Instagram is just my name, Aaliyah Gaulden. It's Aaliyah, but without the L, it's a 1.
Okay.
And it's underscore, so it's Aaliyah _Gaulden.
Spell your name.
AA1 IYAH _GAULDEN.
All right. So
There you go.
and we're gonna get some more tags. We're gonna help you with all that because you're gonna start your followings are gonna start growing. We're gonna start getting more highlights of you. We're gonna help you. That's what we do on the back end. You know what I mean? To help you to get out there and folks know who you are. And you're just as people see you, like I said, just a little highlight I put up. I was like, man, she can go. It was easy to make a highlight. It didn't take long. That's how good you are. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's one, here's another one. And chop it up, here it is. And so I know you got your middle school. Well, what do you have going next? I know middle school don't start until January, February. You in Pee Wees and sports.
I have Pee Wees and then Sports Beyond's winter season coming up.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to get with, and I know I'm gonna see your dad, and we're gonna have to get some more video. So hey, do me a favor, give me a video person. So assign somebody in the family, make sure they get video, so we can get it, and then we can make your highlights. You know what I mean? Because Sports Beyond, the school, the Pee Wees get video from all of that, and then of course, school ball. Because right now we'll see, and of course when we're training, we're gonna get videos of all your training, and then Team Ballaholic, all of that. We'll have a video, folks, and we get all of that. But we need to get video so we can keep getting you out there, right? I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that'd be, like I said, I'm gonna be talking to you a lot. This is just the first interview of many, and so we're excited to have you as a part. As right now, you're the team captain, you're the face, you're the first person. You know what I mean? For Team Ballaholic.
Yeah. And you know what? And honestly, this is a celebration for you. Like, you should go out with dad and eat some pizza or something. This is a celebration for you, girl. Yeah, congratulations for sure. Because
steak.
There you go. Right. That's right. Definitely.
You want number 2, right? I've been seeing you wear number 2. Is that your number? Okay. So we got to make sure we get number 2. That's your number. We're going to get the sizes, all of that stuff on the back end. But yes, welcome to Team Ballaholic. This is going to be fun. And this is, like I said, I mean, think about it. Think about this. I want you to take this before we leave. This is, if you Google him, if you look up and1, everybody in basketball world know who he is, and you get to be the face of his new team. That is crazy. You know what I mean? I wish I was that good, and I could do that. So, great job on all the hard work you have been doing, and I know you're going to continue to be doing, and we're excited to have you part of the Admiral family and Team Ballaholic, and we'll be talking soon because we got to get in the gym. I may have to get you up there on the high school. I need you to come up to the high school and get my high school girls a workout. You know what I mean? Look, I'm gonna check your schedule. Don't tell me you're busy, all right? Because So I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's been a long weekend. You've been hooping, and I'm like I said, thank you for allowing us to interrupt your day, and you grace us with your presence, and everybody who's watching. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to want to know who you are. And before we go, what college are you trying to go to?
University of Oregon.
Oh, okay. All right.
So University of Oregon, y'all watching, y'all. Hey, you better tap in before it's too late, because I promise you, we're coming. You know what I mean? But we're gonna make sure Oregon. So that's what I need you to do. Give me a goal list. So Oregon, that's the college, all of those things. So on the back end, see, that's what you have now. You're a superstar. So you got a whole team on the back end that we're gonna be making calls and saying, okay, we're trying to get you to Oregon. We're gonna be doing all that stuff for you to help you to achieve your goals and your dreams. So that's what we are. We're supporting cast for you and a family to help protect you, because that's another thing. Everybody, there's always, some shady people out there. You know what I mean? So we're going to welcome to our family. We got you, and we're going to make sure that you are the best player, not only female, because you're going to be hands down the best female player to come out of here, but you said you want to be the best player. So that's our goal, to make you the best player to come out of Kitsap and go to Oregon. And I'm sure you probably want to go to the WNBA and all of that good stuff. I really believe that you have that in you. So great job, AG, the ambassador. You have anything else you want to say? Any shots out before you leave?
I just wanted to shout out my teammate Peyton.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
25.
Number 25, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one I like. That's the one you played against.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So tell Peyton, we need it. I got a jersey for her, so okay. Keep on you. Coach, I got you. So we're gonna get Peyton on your team. And I'm gonna get her contact information. We get her on the interview. So that'll be 1, 2. Oh, that's a cold piece right there. Just those two right there. I'm excited. All right, you got me all excited on my day off. To be off today. Anything, Ballaholic, my man?
Oh no! Again, like I said, it was nice to meet you, Aaliyah. It's so awesome to meet young talent, especially young talented young girls. I hope you keep striving for success. I hope you keep your mindset strong. I hope you keep your mindset stronger than your skill set. Make sure you keep getting advice from your dad. Make sure you keep training from your dad, because eventually that one day you're gonna be like, Dad, you know what? I can work out by myself. I need you, Dad, but I think today I can do this by myself, Dad. But it'll be because of your dad is why you're working out by yourself. You know what I mean? Your dad's giving you all the tools and all the little things that some other players might not know, and your dad's giving it to you. And that's not even talking about other coaches you might have to deal with. You know what I mean? It's awesome to get stuff added on to your game, especially when it's coming from someone who we see every day. We might get tired of seeing, like, damn, I'm tired of hearing my dad. I'm tired of seeing my dad every day. I need a day where I just don't want my dad. You know what I mean? So it's always a blessing when we have our parents involved in our lives. So again, it's nice meeting you. It's an honor to meet you. It's definitely an honor to meet your dad. I can't wait to meet both of you guys, but stay positive. Keep working hard, girl. Stay in the gym. Don't leave the gym. If you're at home chilling and you ain't doing nothing, get a basketball. You're watching a movie and they're going to commercial, shoot in the air until the commercial goes off. That movie come back on, you hold your basketball. And if it go back on, commercial come back on, shoot in the air with the other hand. There's always something to do for basketball, whether you're at home or at the gym. There's always something to do, okay? So stay basketball minded. And stay positive, and everything will come to you. I have a question that I didn't ask, that I should have asked first. How's your academics?
They're pretty good.
Uh-oh. Pretty good?
When I lack focus, but...
Okay, well, see, I'm glad I brought this up, so think about this. When you have that big game coming up, right, during that semester, and you're in class, and for that class or whatever grade that you might be going down in, you have to think about it. Yo, my teammates are going to need me. My coach need me. My dad, we did all this training and hard work. The fans probably need me. And you're in class and you have to pass that. You have to do that. your mind basketball has to be in the back. Basketball has to be gone for that split second while you're in class. You think about that, but after that, basketball has to be gone. Now, if you to be locked in on school, because we got to get it done. We got to get it done. We got to get over that GPA so we can play basketball. And that's from now, high school and college. Got to do that.
Oregon, we want to go those high levels. We got to have our GPA.
Right.
Can't sit down because of grades, because that's one of the things, a lot of folks that try to just use your talent and not really worry about your education part. That's folks who are selfish at that higher level. And for us, we want to make sure you get everything, that you need. So if you need any assistance, any help, I'm sure we got some tutors on the back end if it comes down to that. But yep, grades and then basketball. And I'm confident because you're sounding like a smart young lady, somebody who's writing plays in 8th grade.
Right.
I'm 40-something. I'm just learning how to write plays. You know what I mean? I'm just saying,
Yeah, I know that, but that is so cool though. But I'm glad that I brought up the education part, because even for me, I can tell you my story. I was all basketball. School was not my number one priority. It was not my number one option at all. Everyone thought I had it nice growing up. I didn't. I didn't go to high school. My first year of high school basketball was my junior year. I only played 2 years of high school basketball. And before that point, I went to 3 different high schools just because of my academics. I wanted to play basketball. I didn't even think about all my teammates going to need me. Like what I said to you, I didn't think about my teammates. I didn't think about my fans. I didn't think about nobody else, my parents. I didn't think about it. Was just me. I just wanted to play basketball. I didn't want to go to school. And it landed me to 3 different high schools. It wasn't over for me. It wasn't too late, but it would have been too late had I not understand that I have to go to school in order for me to play basketball. And even though I did fix it, I still had to go through a different number of schools to catch up to my grades, because I was so far behind in my units and my grades. I had to go to junior college for 2 years. And then when I went to university, I had to sit out my first year. And I wasn't even a student athlete. I was just a student because I was so behind in my academics. So I had to catch up. And if we don't stick with our academics, that basketball will pass you up. We can always do our academics, but basketball, that'll pass you up. And you do not want it to be like that, because now it's off balance. Now you have more work than basketball. And that doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what age. You could be young or older. And if you're playing in that basketball field, you got school in your life, it's important to keep it balanced, okay? So if it's something that is in the school, and I also love school too, because I also use school as an example when it comes to basketball. A lot of different things. When listening to the teacher, being ignored by somebody behind you, when you're trying to listen to your teacher, same thing in practice. If your coach is talking and that person behind you is talking and they irritating you, got, coach is talking. Because as soon as your teacher or coach call on you, that person is talking, they're not going to know what's going on. All of a sudden, now you're on the baseline, or in your class, now all of a sudden you don't pass that one problem because of that one person who's talking behind you. So whenever it comes to school, make sure you stay locked in. If it's that one class you may be failing in, you got to treat it like practice, right? If you're practicing on that one move you can't get, you're going to practice harder. You're going to listen to your dad. You're going to do it, the repetition even more. It's the same thing with class, whether it be science, study hall, social studies, math, English, whatever, geometry, whatever language, you may have to practice a little bit longer or do it on that certain day. On that one day, you have something important to do, just go into that subject. It's going to help even a lot more, okay? So just remember, school is always first. That's why they say student athletes. You are a student athlete. You don't want to be an athlete student, because that doesn't make sense. You are a student athlete, okay? And note this too, we can't play basketball when we're 50, but we can teach when we're 50. We can get a degree. We have our degree already. Now, since we're done playing basketball, I can get another job just like that, training 50 kids and getting paid for it. Or I could get any other job, engineer, whatever other job. So always remember that academics is first, okay? All right, okay, all right.
You don't say it louder.
She like, man, this is too much, man. I'm a kid, man. I ain't trying to hear all this right now.
Probably more thinking like, I'm ready for my dad to cook that steak.
So go and have your steak, and we will definitely be in touch. Because, like I said, you and I are going to be getting in the gym real soon. And like I said, Peyton, drop the bug in Peyton here. I need her next. So we got to keep recruiting. We got to put a nice team around you. And
Right.
yeah, we're going to have fun. So thank you once again for being a part of Team Ballaholic, being a part of the Admirals family, and continue to be great, young lady.
Thank you for that.
You welcome. So Ambassador signing out, Streetball the Pro. You know, thank you, AG, Ballaholic, and everybody who tapped in. We'll be back tomorrow with we have the NBL recap. So we're gonna be talking about what happened in the NBL over the weekend and things like that tomorrow at 4:30. So we're signing out. Until next time. Bye.
See you later, Leah. Nice to meet you, Leah. See ya. All right, coach.
Okay.